Hello, and thank you for tuning in. I am Barbara Lawrence, Chair of the Board of Directors for Guilford Green Foundation and LGBTQ Center. We have a lot to share with you tonight, but we promise to keep it under 30 minutes. We are excited to share some of the accomplishments you helped us achieve over the past 18 months. We will also highlight our Community Leadership Award winners, present this year's Pearl Berlin Scholarship, and share a few things that are on the horizon. Over the past several years, GGF has experienced rapid change and growth. In 2018, we realized our dream of bringing an LGBTQ center to Greensboro when we opened the doors to our first location off West Bessemer Avenue. In 2019, we launched a capital campaign to raise money for a larger, more visible space, and we exceeded our fundraising goal in less than 5 months. In January 2020, we proudly cut the ribbon on our brand new downtown center. Just 8 weeks later, everything changed. Our deep roots in this community and the long-time loyal support from donors allowed us to rise and meet the challenges brought by the global pandemic and the social uprising following the death of George Floyd. During a year when so many struggled, you made sure we were here when people needed us the most. In 2020, we helped 37% more people access life-saving services like housing and healthcare. We held virtual programs like name change clinics, job fairs, and coffee talks, and we partnered with Contour, Target, and Procter & Gamble to distribute clothing, hygiene, and cleaning supplies to the community. I am honored to have served as chair during this pivotal time in our history. The events of the past year have led us to examine how to be a more socially just organization and how we can better meet the most pressing needs in our community. Thank you for being a part of this work with us. Now, I would like to introduce our Executive Director, Jenniferroop. We are grateful for Jennifer's leadership during this uncertain time, and we look forward to what she and her team have in store for the center now that it is fully reopened again. But first, please enjoy this short video tour of your community center.
We have all felt the sting of rejection or the pain of not fitting in. More than half of LGBTQ Americans have hidden who they are to avoid discrimination. We are here to make sure that everyone has a place where they feel welcome and safe. Find an affirming doctor, hairstylist, or plumber in our resource guide. Meet new friends at our takeovers. Get support at a program, or stop by the center for a friendly chat. You can find your community here. Be a part of our life-saving work. Get connected, volunteer, and donate now. Hi, I'm Jenniferroop, Executive Director of Guilford Green Foundation and LGBTQ Center. In 1995, a group of friends came together to raise money for Triad Health Project. They were motivated by a desire to help the LGBTQ community still in the grips of the AIDS epidemic. They threw the first green party and raised $10,000. Their commitment to help the LGBTQ community led to the creation of Guilford Green Foundation, and since then we have invested $900,000 in local LGBTQ programs. In 2019, we raised the money for a new center, completed renovations in less than a year, and cut the ribbon in January of 2020. Now, 26 years and a global pandemic later, the strength of our foundation and the depths of our roots have never been more evident. In a year when so many people suffered and organizations struggled to stay open, you made sure we were here when people needed us the most. You gave from your heart. Your generosity gave Tasha shelter, clothes, and food when she had none, and helped her find a permanent place to live after leaving an abusive relationship. You gave Gina a place to process the loss of her son, who committed suicide after being bullied for being trans. You gave Terrence, Jerry, and Kim a way to stay connected through virtual coffee talks so that they were not alone. In 2020, your generosity helped 2,154 people get through a terrible year. We're at a pivotal point in our history as an organization. Our new, more visible and accessible location proved effective, and we served 37% more people in 2020. When we listen to the needs of the community, we know that there is much more we can do to live our mission and unite community. We were humbled to receive a $50,000 gift from Bob Page in 2020. Bob's generosity is no secret. Our community is filled with people whose lives have been touched by Bob. Bob's gift allowed us to hire additional staff so that we can meet the growing demand for programming and services. Later, you'll meet Kiara Hickman, our new program manager, and Lucy Acosta, our new development manager. But first, I want to share what is ahead for the remainder of 2021 and 2022. We're expanding our youth programming to include more health and wellness workshops and weekly drop-in hours. We're launching Camp Out, an outdoor recreation program to get LGBTQ people outside and together for monthly hiking, kayaking, or camping trips. We're expanding our transgender programming to include a monthly peer support group and additional name change clinics. We're introducing programming for queer people of color, and we are resuming our regular monthly Gay and Grace social events. Plus, we'll host more takeovers and opportunities to get together. And after a long year apart, I think we're all ready for that. If you want to catch up with old friends and meet new ones, you still have time to purchase a ticket to the Green Party on Saturday, June 12th. We hope to see you there.
I love being in a queer space among other queer people, and I want to be able to bring that to other people, to give others who are part of the community the opportunity to experience that.
And to be in that kind of space of queer people just lifting me up and saying, yes, you are worthy, yes, you are capable, was just so awesome. And to see somebody truly succeeding within my community in leadership and having people look up to them and saying, wow, I could be that, was just like really inspiring and affirming. For me, seeing all these queer people doing this amazing work in the community was like opening up this whole other door of human rights that I never had really thought of. And I feel like this entire process has really just made it clear to me that I need to stand up for my own rights as a person.
So I'm glad that the opportunity is here, and I'm glad that I am here to experience it, and I'm excited to bring that space to lots of people. I'm super excited for it.
Good evening. My name is Bryson Sanders. I am 19 years old and from a small town called Roxborough. I thought being transgender would be a disgrace to my biological family. I think that would have hurt them in a way that it shouldn't have, but it would have. We didn't have the best childhood growing up due to my parents having alcohol and drug abusive behaviors. When I was 16 years old, my brother and biological father got in a very bad fight, which led us to run to safety. DSS placed us in 2 different separate homes. My brother is actually still in his, and after 7 months, I got kicked out of mine. And at my school, my social worker came and got me and told me that the family did not want me anymore. So she found a homeless shelter in Greensboro called Act Together. And at this shelter, when we first arrived, I did not want to go in. I bawled my eyes out. I did feel like nobody wanted me and that nobody loved me or cared about me. Or being so young and knowing that or thinking that takes a really big impact on your mental state. I hated myself. I actually self-harmed for a while. I did have suicide attempts, 3 of them. While I was in the shelter, Guilford Green sent over Melvie and Jay to speak with me and to learn, I guess, more about my story. And I felt accepted, and then right after they left, I actually don't know if I told them this, but right after they left, the people at the homeless shelter came and talked to me and said, "Do not get attached," as in if they will not come back to see me ever. A few weeks later, I started punching walls and hitting my head against the walls and self-harming again. And they decided that it was best to put me in a hospital. And Jay kept coming back, and I was confused, and I kept thinking to myself, why does this man keep coming to see a homeless nothing? And then right when I got released from the hospital, Jay and Elizabeth were the people to pick me up and take me straight to their house afterwards, and that was January 9th of 2019. It's crazy. Life is crazy but fun now. I mean, I feel loved and I felt cared about, and having them has definitely changed my life completely. I graduated high school in June of 2020. I didn't think that I would have a job. I didn't think I would go to college, and then I get placed with these amazing people, and I am now in college. I need more people to know that not every youth spends their childhood growing up in a good home, and that Guilford Green is an amazing place to go for LGBTQ youth. Well, coming into the LGBTQ Center, I feel loved and cared about because the people who work at the LGBTQ Center, or even just come in to visit the LGBTQ Center, they care, and they just want to see a smile on your face, and they just want to see that you are living the best life that you can live.
Act Together Crisis Care is an emergency youth shelter for males, females, and gender non-conforming youth ages 11 to 17.
The grants that we've received over the years from the Guilford Green Foundation has made a huge impact on the amount of youth that we can serve every year. When an LGBTQ youth is kicked out or needs our services, we're able to provide that with some of the extra funding we get from the Guilford Green Foundation.
So nationally, what we know is about 40% of homeless youth are within the LGBTQ community. And at Act Together, we are actually seeing 50 to maybe even 60% of our youth are somewhere within the spectrum of LGBTQ plus youth.
It's amazing to see youth light up when they can be their true selves. And the Guilford Green Foundation has made this community a safe place for youth, not only in our shelter and in our programs, but when they come out into the community and they see other folks from Guilford Green Foundation supporting our programs, they feel safe and loved and accepted and affirmed for who they are.
Hey y'all, my name is Kiara Hickman. I use she, they pronouns. I'm the new program manager at Guilford Green Foundation and LGBTQ Center, and I'm super excited about using my social work background to unite the community and all of the intersecting identities in Greensboro.
Hey everyone, my name is Lisa Acosta. I am the Development Manager at Guilford Green Foundation and LGBTQ Center. I'm a Greensboro native. I went to East Carolina and studied communications and journalism, and I'm very excited to be a new member of the GGF team and really be a driving force in our fundraising efforts and all of our events, and I'm so excited to see everyone out in the community.
Hi, I'm Rob Overman, Vice Chair of the Board of Directors. Every year we recognize outstanding people who work to make our community a better place. Last year, we canceled the gala just 10 days before the event, and we were unable to give out our 2020 awards in person. It is my honor to present these awards and give these winners their well-deserved recognition. The Distinguished Service Award is given to an individual who has proven years of outstanding service to the local LGBTQ community. The 2020 service honoree is Liz Grimes for her decades of dedication to LGBTQ organizations and events, including Alternative Resources of the Triad, Greensboro Pride Festival, and Green Queen Bingo. Liz, along with her husband Jack, performed 18 marriages on the steps of the Guilford County Courthouse in October 2014 when marriage equality became law in the state of North Carolina. The Distinguished Leadership Award is given to an individual who has demonstrated outstanding leadership for a specific event, project, or situation. The 2020 Leadership Honoree is Donald Dragoon for leading the effort to locate, renovate, and transform a dirty storefront in downtown Greensboro into our welcoming and beautiful LGBTQ Center. Donald's leadership transformed downtown by creating a visibly welcoming space for the LGBTQ community to gather. The Dawn S. Cheney Award is given to a woman that embodies strong leadership, advocacy, and a dedication to the LGBTQ community. The 2020 honoree is Jessica Mashburn for her years of advocacy for LGBTQ rights and her countless hours volunteering for LGBTQ organizations, including the Guilford Green Foundation. Jessica has been a driving force behind the success and growth of the annual Guilford Green Gala and works to make sure that the Green Party is the best event in town every year. The Visionary Award is the most prestigious award given by the Guilford Green Foundation. It honors an individual who champions the vision of a better world for the LGBTQ community. The 2020 Visionary honoree is Lee Starrow. Since 2014, Lee has served as the Executive Director of North Carolina AIDS Action Network, where he championed public policy programs to end the HIV epidemic in North Carolina. He led a successful effort to modernize North Carolina's HIV law that requires people to disclose their HIV status so that it reflects modern science and removed stigmatizing language. The new law, adopted by the North Carolina Commission for Public Health in the fall of 2017, is one of the most forward-thinking laws in the country. The Pearl Berlin Scholarship honors Berlin and her lifetime of work as a fearless advocate for LGBTQ rights, marriage equality, and education. The scholarship is dedicated to celebrating and supporting continuing education for lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, and allied students who exhibit courage and leadership in their schools and their communities. Michaela Key epitomizes what it means to be an LGBTQ ally. Recognizing that her high school did not have a gay-straight alliance, she decided to start one. While Michaela expected to face resistance, she was determined to create a safe place for LGBTQ students and allies to meet and discuss issues directly affecting them. The Dudley High School GSA currently has over a dozen members. Michaela is currently attending UNC Chapel Hill, where she is studying sociology and social work. Taika Sorjonen is an activist and leader on many issues, including LGBTQ rights. They are a graduate of NCCJ's Anytown and Guilford Green's Youth Leadership Program. Taika was on the committee to plan and host the first LED alternative prom for LGBTQ students in Guilford County. Although the pandemic delayed the prom, Taika's hard work will be put to good use for this year's prom. Taika's goal is to become a human rights lawyer. They are currently planning to attend UNC Chapel Hill. Please join me in welcoming Lenny Gerber to present the 2021 Pearl Berlin Scholarships. Lenny is the wife of the late Pearl Berlin and an icon in her own right. We are honored to have Lenny join us tonight.
The Guilford Green Foundation and LGBTQ Center wants to congratulate the 2021 winner of the Pearl Berlin Scholarship, Finn Keel. The Pearl Berlin Scholarship honors Berlin and her lifetime of work as a fearless advocate for LGBTQ rights, marriage equality, and education. The scholarship is dedicated to celebrating and supporting continuing education for gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender, queer, and allied students who exhibit courage and leadership in their schools and communities. Finn Keel spent his high school years involved in campus and community extracurriculars dedicated to the justice of intersecting identities. Finn served as the 2021 president for his school's Sexuality and Gender Acceptance Club. While president, he created the first LGBTQ online community at his school so that he and his peers alike can communicate more effectively amongst the pandemic. He is now a National Conference for Community and Justice Greensboro ambassador, where he spreads awareness about the different kinds of diversity among us. Finn will be going to the University of North Carolina at Asheville, where he will devote extra time to promoting inclusivity, encouraging self-advocacy, organizing work like NCCJ and SAGA, and joining campus organizations as part of holding up GGF's mission through the Pearl Berlin Scholarship.